Joining us now is Oji, Ojinika, Okpe.
I started dancing already. I knew you were going to pull that up.
I have to represent the man. I have to.
All right.
With stories trending around the world. Hello, Jinx.
Hi, Tundu.
How are you?
You did excellent. Excellent. How are you?
Great, thank you.
100%. Mr. Ifeni got 100% after 3 days of trying, right? Profile.
Yeah. But, you know, it'll never be like Dr. Ahmed.
Nothing like the real thing.
Well, we'll see him tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll see him tomorrow. Well, good morning to you, viewers. Here are some of the stories that are trending across the globe. In the United States, 11-year-old Mia Cirillo, who survived the mass shooting at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas, recounted in a video testimony to Congress on Wednesday how she covered herself with a dead classmate's blood to avoid being shot and just stayed quiet. The fourth grader also told lawmakers that she watched a teacher get shot in the head before looking for a place to hide. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, King Felipe of Belgium, in his first visit to the country since ascending the throne in 2013, reaffirmed his deepest regrets for the exploitation, racism, and acts of violence during his country's colonization of Congo, but again stopped short at formally apologizing. Felipe became the first Belgian official 2 years ago to express regret for colonization. Congo President Félix Tshisekedi welcomed the Belgian king's visit as supporters waved Belgian flags, while some politicians voiced their disappointment at the absence of an apology. Under sports, 24-year-old South African boxer Simiso Buthelezi has died at a hospital just 2 days after he was filmed swinging into thin air during a title fight on Sunday, June 5th. Buthelezi was in a WBF African lightweight title fight when he became disoriented in the final seconds of the last round.
And he doesn't know throwing punches. He doesn't know where he is. No.
Finally, under entertainment, the Jennifer Lopez documentary, Halftime, kicked off the 21st Tribeca Film Festival on Wednesday, launching the annual New York event with an intimate behind-the-scenes portrait of the singer-turned-actor. Filmed during the tumultuous year she turned 50, co-headlined the Super Bowl, and narrowly missed out on an Oscar nomination. The star-studded musical premiere has been touted the perfect opener for this year's festival, which runs through June 19.
Should we do one more time? Yeah! I really feel like my life is just beginning. Waiting for tonight.
Tundu, I can't wait to see this film. I mean, she's an icon. She's 50. She looks like she's 20 years old.
Is a dynamo.
I know.
And what I love about her is that she's actually called this documentary Halftime. And there was a time in Hollywood where women over 40 were put out to pasture.
Yes.
And she's just showing. She's in her 50s and she's just getting started. It's a great message.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. Well, let's begin what's trending with my voice this way. I lost my voice, unfortunately. Presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's victory at the APC National Convention on Wednesday has been met with various reactions from a cross-section of Nigerians. Tinubu polled 1,271 votes to defeat 13 other presidential hopefuls at the convention. Before he was announced winner, the former Lagos State governor proceeded to exchange pleasantries with President Muhammadu Buhari and his wife Aisha Buhari and seemed to ignore Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, who was sitting right next to the president at the VVIP booth. It took the intervention of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, before Tinubu acknowledged the Vice President's presence.
Asiwaju Tinubu. Bola Ahmed. Bola Ahmed. Bola Ahmed. Bola Ahmed. Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Ahmed Bola Tinubu. 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 Bola Tinubu.
A lot of people have been talking about whether or not he snubbed the vice president. Let's take a tweet from Humphrey, who wrote, "If you say it's a snub, you're correct. If you say it's not a snub, you're also correct. We're not in their minds, so we can affirm what actually happened. However, it took someone else to call his attention to the VP. The issue here is that has been the VP's seat since yesterday." Absolutely. That seat, that's where the vice president has been sitting the whole time. I mean, a lot of people are saying it's a snub. I don't know what you think about the story, but I'll take this story before we discuss both. After a prolonged convention, the flag bearer of the All Progressives Congress, during his acceptance speech, sympathized with Nigeria's First Lady, Aisha Buhari, for the lengthy convention, and then took a dig at President Muhammadu Buhari while apologizing for keeping him waiting, stating that it was time to take his revenge because sometimes he too has been kept waiting for long. Let's take a listen.
Mr. President, I'm sorry that I'm keeping you waiting too long since yesterday. But this is the time to take a revenge. You have taken me too long too sometime. I always sympathize with the mother of the nation. Whatever punishment Mr. President had this afternoon, we ask for it together. When we say vote for APC, I didn't expect to win. I win. I must be intoxicated for victory. What can I do? Today is the only day I can punish you. Make you sit long. Forgive me, though.
Check.
No. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. God bless APC.
Tinubu, over to you. What I love was his body gestures. I didn't expect to win. I win. That was another comment
How
of
you
going
like me now?
How you like me now? I didn't expect to win. I win. Go ahead, Tinubu.
I liked it. He did say that he was intoxicated by victory,
Yes.
and it was clear he was just in such a good mood. And I take that whole revenge thing as tongue-in-cheek because you saw the audience laughed. I imagine that he was joking because he has actually demonstrated to us, this is Asiwaju Tinubu, that when he's not joking, when he's serious, he makes that quite clear with that, speech in Abeokuta. So I think that part was just a little, he's in a good mood. It's part of the levity of the moment. And so he's cracking jokes about tit for tat, you kept me waiting, I'll keep you waiting. Now, with regards to the vice president, I deliberately raised that question with a guest that we had previously to hear his take on it. And he felt that Asiwaju Tinubu did not see the vice president. I'm not sure I'm convinced by that. Like the tweet that you read, so accurate, said we don't know exactly what happened there. It looks like a snub, it might not have been, but it's good that the speaker, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, saved the day, because you'll notice that when he drew attention, Asiwaju's jaw dropped. So he looked surprised that, I didn't greet him.
It happened twice, actually.
Yeah, so he looked surprised, like his mouth was agape, and then he went and corrected that lapse. That for me is what's important. And they had that handshake, that public handshake. And I do hope that all the, keyboard warriors that were attacking opposing camps, Tinubu and Osinbajo, will look at that handshake and just put that behind us. All that rancor was ugly, was unnecessary.
Absolutely. Fine.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about the keyboard camps. I think the two factions, the Starboy faction and, sorry, I shouldn't be doing this on national team. and the Bat faction went at it yesterday, but congratulations to him once again. I think he was intoxicated by victory, as he said. He was very excited because he went through a lot. He didn't believe he was going to emerge. I'm sure that's why he said what he said in Abeokuta on Thursday. Some people said that was an admittance that, hey, things will not go my way. But he emerged, so congratulations, and he's really excited. So he's on his victory behavior, so he can do anything. It's my turn. My turn has come, so I can do anything. So he's so excited, and that's why he made that gesture, the look at me now gesture, The fact that what's a bikini, it's here already. Yeah, it's my turn, Emiloko, it's here with me. But on the contrary, I think he snubbed the vice president, and I'll tell you why.
I agree with you.
There's a walk-through line When he was going to see the president, he walked in front of the vice president through the walk-through line. Somebody would have expected that, yeah, he cannot greet the vice president first in deference to the president and the president's wife. But also, you saw that he nullified the initial walk-through line and he went further down to leave and, put his face on the other side when he was. And if he walked through that video, because it's only customary that he walked in front to greet the president first, he should have walked through in front of the vice president. But he went to the other side and gave some gap to make a turnaround. And when Gbajabiamila Amila came to him and said, "You didn't," she goes, "Oh, yeah." But he knew what he was doing. I mean, this is not a small politician. And he has every right to feel that way, because if he felt that, he was betrayed and all of that, and they had a fight, But I think what is really essential is that we should be magnanimous in victory. Because you see, sometimes in life, you win today, you don't know who will win tomorrow. And we should be careful in celebrating. Because for every time you're celebrating, others are downtrodden in society. And all of that he said in an acceptance speech, recalling to the people that you have won, you have won.
Yeah.
Leave all of that in the past. Face forward, state what you'll do for the country, we'll interrogate you, be open, be warm to people as much as you can. Because it's your victory today. It could be another person's victory tomorrow.
Yes, but if you recall, during his speech, he did say that, those of you who did not support me, I have no malice. He said that.
So, which was important.
Yeah, I thought that was so important as well.
At least it's better that at least we heard that, compared to somebody that once said that you can't expect those that give me 90% of the votes to get 90% of the attention. At least things are changing.
Refined. Well, all right. We shall take another story. In the wake of the tragic shooting that claimed at least 40 lives in Ondo State, Yoruba Nation activist Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, reacted in a viral audio stating that the incident has vindicated him because he envisaged the tragedy. Igboho further clarified in the audio that he is not in a battle with any governor or senator, and that his quest for a Yoruba nation is not to create crisis or foment trouble. He called on all Southwest leaders to support him to guard against the wicked acts of terrorism. In another development, an urgent debate was held at the House of Commons on Tuesday to ask the Secretary of State for Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs, Vicky Ford, if she will make a statement on the killing of church worshippers in Ondo State and on wider issues of violence against religious groups in Nigeria. The Secretary, in response, said that it is clear that religious identity can be a factor in incidents of violence in Nigeria and that Christian communities have been victims. She further assured that the UK government are committed to working with Nigeria to respond to insecurity.
I'm horrified by the attack that took place against a church in Ondo State, southwest Nigeria, yesterday. I've publicly expressed the UK government's condemnation of this heinous act and stressed the importance of those responsible being brought to justice in accordance with the law. It's clear that religious identity can be a factor in incidents of violence in Nigeria and that Christian communities have been victims. But the root causes are often complex and frequently also relate to competition over resources, historical grievances and criminality. So the UK government is committed to working with Nigeria to respond to insecurity.
Well, this debate was completely in order. I think that it is important for the entire everyone across the globe to condemn this heinous act. Only yesterday or today we learned that the death toll has increased to 40 people. I mean, we thought it was about 50 or so, but now they have told us it's 40 people. But the issue of religious intolerance, if you recall, I believe, was it earlier this year or last year, Nigeria was removed from that list of religious violence or
countries that have religious intolerance.
Correct, countries that have religious intolerance. I don't know, this might just put us right back there.
It just might.
Yeah.
You're referring to a list that we had to claim an ignoble place on when we were put there by the Trump administration. We were then removed by the Biden administration. What you're saying is that we might have to be put back there, because this debate, and it was really robust, this debate is highlighting the fact that religious intolerance exists in this country, which is incidentally, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, during his speech, he talks about religious intolerance as well. It is a front burner issue in this country. One of the people debating, one of the MPs, cited statistics saying that 4,650 Christians were killed in Nigeria last year, and that works out to 13 Christians a day. That is completely unacceptable. They cited the recent tragedy of Deborah Samuel's Yakubu. They cited the kidnapping of the Methodist prelate Archbishop Kanu. It paints a really graphic, thank you. It paints a graphic picture here that Christians are being victimized for being Christians. Obviously, I want to add to that, and that's what Sunday Igboho's statement. I want to add to that the fact that in April, gunmen opened fire in a mosque in Taraba. So Muslims are also victimized. But the difference between that case was that one person was killed, and it appears that maybe he was targeted. He was the district head. Others were injured. So there wasn't the kind of massacre that we saw in Owo, where people were ambushed at their most vulnerable. They went to worship and children were killed. So this is drawing the condemnation of people across the globe, the country that we live in. So it's actually such a problem, which is why today when people are trying to weigh options of vice presidential candidates, a Muslim ticket, ordinarily I'll just automatically say perish the thought. No matter what the political considerations might be, it's too sensitive right now.
Way too sensitive. You're absolutely right.
I mean, and you're very spot on, Tundu. It's too sensitive for a country where we now have people executed for blasphemy.
Yes.
People burnt alive for blasphemy. And that's why I keep asking the question, what kind of country we're building? And all of this, you know, is just an indication of the fact that things are wrong. Till date, the killers, or those that perpetrated the act, the Owo massacre, we have not seen anything done.
No idea where they are. Even.
Nobody, no security person in this country or authority or associate or organization has been able to bring them to book. So is it that we don't have DSS, we don't have intelligence? Is it that we don't have every security paraphernalia that gobs a lot of money from our budget in this country? Is it that people will just come and kill 40 people in a church and nothing will happen? And it just segues into the conversation with Sunday Igboho. This was what Sunday Igboho was shouting about. Yeah. Because there's no smoke without fire. We all saw what happened in Igboho. The killings went on and on and on, and nothing was done about that. Mm-hmm. Nothing was done about that. Sometimes I would have wondered that if the same verve and vigor the DSS used to go and arrest Sunday Igboho, I think if they used it to chase these killers in this country, I think we'll feel some sense of safety.
Absolutely.
Because it's as if killers are given preferential treatment. We don't go after them. They are never brought to book. Look at the Methodist prelate. Look at what he said. I feel scared. I can't travel. I've not been able to get on that expressway in a while because I used to love driving on that road a lot before. But he said, you see all these kidnappers, terrorists, they're in the bushes. That's what has been said. Nothing has been done. So we see all of this, and it slants towards a certain group of people. And this is the country we find ourselves, but nothing has been done. So, and you see, it's even shocking that it's the British Parliament that is debating this. What's wrong with our Nigerian Parliament? It's a non-issue.
No, of course not.
It's a non-issue for them. Nobody has been able to debate in such a way to find lasting solutions. Nobody even talks about it. Front burner. I'm not even sure some outlets even are reporting it and bringing the conversation. So this is the kind of country we find ourselves. But I just hope 2023 will change a lot of Nigerians, because Nigerians are tired. Nigerians are crying. There's pain in the land. It is only if your relative has been affected by one of these attacks, that's when you can boldly feel the pain. Because you're here, you're insulated from it. And that's the country we have built. We think those people that died too, they're just statistics, they're not part of Nigeria. They're Nigerians too.
They are.
And the funny thing is, it can happen to anybody. Okay. Even when you have your police escort, you're not immune. We've had people that have been killed with police escorts. Which way?
But I just want to say, with the Madela massacre, I tried to always be positive where I can. It took weeks, but there were arrests made and there was one conviction. It took time, but eventually they got there. So I hope justice will be served.
Tundu, are we even sure of who was arrested?
Well,
are we even sure of the people that are arrested? Because we see arrests now, they just parade people, and what is wrong with this country so much?
May their souls rest in peace again. We'll take our final story. A Nigerian lady identified as Deborah Yusuf is reported to be fighting for her life after she was allegedly pushed off the third floor of a story building in Benghazi, Libya. According to members of the Nigerian community in Benghazi, a suspected female human trafficker, identified simply as Princess Jamiu, pushed the victim off the building on Tuesday, June 7th, after she paid for her freedom. The suspect is said to be currently on the run. I mean, that's the picture that is circulating on social media. It's not 100% accurate that she is the person that they are looking for. I thought I should bring this story to the front burner. We've heard these types of stories over and over again. These Nigerian women that are trying to escape poverty, they go to Libya and face this horrendous crime by their traffickers. I don't know. I hope that she comes out of this alive, really.
Well, Oja, I'm really glad. Once again, I have to tell you, thank you for bringing up this story. It's very important that people know. Human trafficking is just so heinous. We talk about the transatlantic slave trade and think, slavery was abolished. It's on till today. People are being enslaved. It's devastating. I hope she survives, Deborah.
So sad. I pray she survives. But it's just an indication of how bad things have become in Nigeria. People are being trafficked to Libya to look for livelihood. And you are shocked. This is the same Libya that doesn't have a recognized central government. There's one government in Benghazi, there's another one in Tripoli.
I don't know why they go to Libya.
So if despite how bad things are in Libya, people can still see Libya as better than Nigeria, then we have a problem.
Absolutely. Well, thank you both so much for your great analysis as always. That's all I have for you on What's Trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.